Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Rabble with Bronies. I am your host. My name is Everlasting Joy, and joining me today is Twilight is Magic.
Yeah, that's left.
Where do I want to begin here? Not much to really say. Quiet week this week.
Yep.
So let's just get going. I don't really have. All I have is just art and a video, folks. So that's kind of how quiet it was. Which one do you guys want to go with first, starting out? Tim?
Well, I say that I should do it.
All right. It looks like more are going for the art anyway. Give them a few more seconds to chime in. Art. All right, looks like we're going with the art. So let's do that then. Where do we want to begin? Oh, I think I know where we do. How about we go with this one first? This one you recommended to me, Tim, about a week ago. But I didn't get a reply back until a little later this week. In fact, it was like last night or 2 nights ago that I got a response. This is Chrysium's. Yes? I'm going to zoom in on this one to let y'all see everything.
Free Tavi 5 me. I must recommend it for the hair.
What drew me to this one was the detailing. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous in regards to the details.
Yeah. One thing I'll say though is two things I'll say is that first the eyes feel oversized even for the G4 pony design, and the neck is the classic worm style neck.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest is, well, I can't find anything to mention negatively. So I really like the lighting. I really like how they did the hair. I really like the color choices for the background. And the shiny 3D style is Chrysium's strongest, so it's good to see more of it.
Mm-hmm. I like the zoomed in picture and all. Just kind of, it's simple, but it's so nice.
Yep.
Like if I was actually there, this is what I would see.
Still, that neck just makes me think that below that Octavia is just an apple worm.
All right, this is Chrysium's. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Hold the thought. Very soon. Yellow.
Sudden surprise guest appearance.
Well, hello there.
All right. Shall we move on then? How
Yep.
about. Oh. We got to go with this one. He's been doing this for a few weeks now, but for one reason or another, I've never been able to show his work again. Um, how do I want to put this? It's no ordinary balloon man's Discord and Smooze. There we go. Yeah, you can see why I wanted this one in. I know I've shown his
Apparently,
work on here before, but again, for one reason or another, I've had to not. I've had to disclude his work over the past few weeks, but I finally did get around to making a specific spot for Mr. Bruce here, or No Ordinary Balloon Man. And
apparently, sometimes when you smooth, you win. Sorry to interrupt.
I had nothing to say.
I'm gonna admit this. The smooth there looks incredibly done. Discord looks absolutely terrifying though, and that's probably only because of the uncanny valleyness of the face. But otherwise, that is some very good artwork, especially with balloons.
I like Discord reaching behind his head like he is right here.
Yep. Still, it's Discord. How else is he supposed to look?
Your guess is as good as mine.
He's supposed to look terrifying. Just sometimes.
Das Smooth. Here it is, folks. Yes, check out his gallery. Do it now, or do it after this show, and thank me later. He's been doing work for the new episodes, so it really is a testament as to how fast he can make this work. It's scary to.
But fun.
Moving along here. Yeah, you've probably seen these on EQD, but if you have a DA account, seriously, go follow him. Do I really need to say it more beyond this as evidence? Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right.
I got nothing. Spike style.
All right. Let's go with this one. This one's a plushie by our good friend Epic Rainbow Crafts. Octavia with her cello. Cello.
Nice.
That's terrible, Twilight is Magic. That's terrible. However, let's get back to this, shall we?
Octavia just looks like she's just having a bad main day there.
Yep. She's going to play a song about it.
Quote, this Octavia was made a few months back, but I never had the time to take photos to put her up for sale. Tons of studies and commissions. She was made from a new pattern I designed solely for her. I always wanted to make a standing Octavia and cello. She was a lot of work. The cello is not attached to her and can be removed. She balances well on her own, even without her cello. End quote. Not only can you see it in this picture here that she can stand on her own, but yes, Epic Rainbow Crafts did take a picture of the cello alone, as in not with her, in a different picture. But
It's a cello solo.
I'm actually really amazed at how the fact the plush can stand on its own hind legs without needing anything to balance against. That's actually some really well done craftsmanship there.
I would agree. I'm guessing there might
fairly
be
well done.
There might be weights
Probably.
in the back legs, but I don't think so.
Also probably the tail.
Hmm.
But still something I wanted to mention is that I believe that it's one of the few plush cellos I've ever seen, and I don't think I would have seen any plush cellos in my life if it weren't for ponies.
You make a good point.
But I think it's the best plush cello I've seen so far.
It's the only one I've seen so far.
I've seen
I just
some
think
before.
I can't help but look at Dark 92 Enigma's comment there in the chat and just think of that one Bugs Bunny cartoon where Bugs was just so into playing the piano that like his entire tuxedo just starts falling off to pieces apart on him.
I know the one you're referring to. I just wish I could remember the name of that episode. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
We have not done a comic, and I do see him in the chat there. Let's bring him in. Yellow.
Hello.
Hey, Ice.
Hufflepuff.
Hey.
You ready for spidering out of control?
Oh no. Yes, I am.
We have two characters, Trixie and Sunset Shimmer. Amongst you three guys, who wants who?
I suppose I could take Trixie.
Oh.
All right.
Then I guess I'll do Sunset then.
Okay.
All right, whenever we're ready, I suppose.
So Mr. Ben has Trixie and Ice has Sunset. Trixie starts.
All right.
Yeah.
You are gonna love this one. Trixie guarantees it.
Are you sure this one doesn't have spiders?
Trixie is sure she is. Trixie is sure she is sure. The boy at the tunnel said no spiders or bats.
I think I heard a spider.
Nonsense. We're still outside the dungeon. This one is called the Great Deku Tree. It's gonna be fun. Trixie promises. The boss is a giant spite.
Spider?
This
What
is
do you
Trixie's line. Yep, Trixie's line.
Yeah.
What are you
No.
waiting for, Shimmer? Let's go beat the Deku Tree.
How about we Deku not?
Not this time, Shimmer. We are going to beat this dungeon. You've already quit 3 of them.
Can't we just go back to the fishing pond?
Nice rear shots, by the way.
That's like what everybody's been saying. It's just Trixie butt. They give the people what they want.
Nothing wrong with that.
So what do you have to say about this one other than that, Ice?
Other than they give them- Oh, this! As I told you earlier, this is the worst. This is. I had the most fun and had the worst time drawing this comic ever. It was a terrible experience, but it was still fun because I got to keep drawing them, Trixie and Sunset Shimmer. But I got to the last panel of lining this one, and then zoomed out to realize at some point during the time I had erased all the other lines.
Oh no!
I don't know how it happened. It just happened, and it was too far back that my history wouldn't, like, pressing Control Z wouldn't go back that far. So I had to reline everything.
Oh, jeez.
It was very simple. Trixie trying to help you.
Yeah. If it wasn't these two characters in this setting, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I was like, it's Zelda, and it's the 2 best ponies. I can't not do it.
So it's 2 best ponies play.
Yeah.
You are really asking for it, Tim.
Tim's on his game today.
Speaking of game, I'm just looking down the comments, so I can't help but notice you provided your own little extended commentary down there.
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine.
I always
Join-
do that. Let me say this right now. One of the reasons why I like Ice Sticker's comics so much, believe it or not, folks, or at least one of the perks of him, he always leaves me with some kind of material. Usually, I should say, he usually leaves me with material to work with, so that I can continue on. Either continue on, or he gives me some kind of tangent to go off of that I exploit maliciously.
Yeah. And now I'm going to exploit yours for the next comic or the one after that. Somebody else in the comments gave me what I'm going to do next because it's just a hilarious story that they gave me about their niece. They gave me permission to turn it into a comic. So that's going to be I figured that will be the next one with these two. It's going to be hopefully it's going to be pretty funny.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, man.
Alrighty.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Then until then, why don't we hang up here and we'll carry on from here then.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Hey, like always, pleasure to have you on here, Ice.
Yeah.
Later.
Later.
All right. Let's go with. Okay, we'll go with this one. This one is Power Ponies Rain Boom Rescue by Vice. Been a while since we've had him on here, but I saw this one and I thought, I've still got to put this one on. There we go. Why not? As you can see, I kind of why I wanted to put this one on. Quote, made it perfectly to fit two 1080p screens across for anyone with two screen setups. Blah, 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 blah. Credit to whoever made the logo. It was not me. It's in the upper left corner here.
Okay, now that is seriously badass, and I want to see a spinoff on this.
Oh, who doesn't? Seriously, I want to see it.
Well, I suppose that it's a wallpaper for people like me, except my screens kind of stand apart, so I wouldn't want to have Twilight split up like this. Otherwise, though, it's a great job, really. All the faces, all the ponies, all the Twilight. Very well done.
Kind of reminds me, I just need to get in touch with somebody to commission the main cast as a Go-Kiter cast. That's just me, though.
Still need a Megazord in this. Seriously.
Yes.
I'm so with you on this one, Ben. And I know we've said
Yeah.
this how many times to each other
No
and to everyone,
arguments there.
but seriously, where's the Megazord or the parody therein?
Oh, agreed.
Poor Spike.
Well, if he's friends with Rarity, then he should be rather rich instead.
And it could be worse. He
What's
could be
that?
being actively pushed out of the frame.
Harsh.
Yep. But he's with Rarity here.
Maybe that's why he's so nervous.
Likely.
All right. There's that. You know what, let's go with this one. Hang on. Where's that? You guys can watch it first. I'm going to bring up the linkers. New friends keep Discord deleted scene. This one's a good one. Keep watching. That's still my
Nope,
favorite.
nope, nope, nope,
Nope, nope, nope, nope, nope, nope, nope, nope, nope.
nope, 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 nope.
I
Nope, 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 nope.
love that.
Where does he come up with these ideas?
I'm. If you ever
Probably just like in this comic.
trust me, browse Reddit and you'll find you can probably find enough material to work with. That's where these emotes come from, and yeah, sometimes it's kind of like that. You just go there and it's like, you know what? That's brilliant. Sometimes you'll get things like this. I know this isn't necessarily. I don't think this was Reddit inspired, but the whole notion of but this one, who knows?
I do have to admit, though, I actually sort of curious why exactly, like, Luna made an immediate about face as soon as she saw her sister and just noped right out of there.
I'm
I mean,
not going to go there.
yeah, I can only imagine.
Plenty of people already have.
Not even that necessarily. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, we just hit the Celestia part again. Nope, 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 nope. How about we go with this one? Bam. And the soap scum's gone. This is Keep Me in Your Heart Forever by Kankitsuru. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Now that is just some heart-rending level doll right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the very dragon in Discord.
One thing that I loved about this was how bright, or not bright, colorful it is. I like it when artists get very colorful, quite literally.
It seems they just tried because someone spilled neon paint into the water.
You make that sound bad.
Well, if it gets into the eyes, like in Fluttershy's case.
I still say that the coloring is wonderful there. I enjoy seeing colors blend, to work together, to see them mixed together in all sorts of bright, wonderful ways. It says mastery of their, well, if you pardon the pun, art. And I enjoy seeing that.
I'd say that's the only thing here that I'm not a fan of is the shiny effect and everything. But aside from that, I have to agree with everything you said.
Fair enough. Right. Okay, we'll go with this one. No. I think we're going to go with this one because... Oh. Well, okay. Couldn't tell if... I have a comic here by the BwB brothers, and I would like to get to them, and I thought they were here if that was one of the Pony Anonymous characters there. But, what the hey? We'll go there anyway. This is Radical by the BwB brothers.
Triple WWs.
All right, we have Fluttershy, Discord, Tree Hugger, and a couple of random characters, and Applejack. Who wants who?
Tree hugger.
I suppose I could take Applejack and the few of the incidentals.
The incidentals are going to be up for grabs.
Okay.
I'll take Discord. I have not done him, and I so want to do him.
Go for it, man.
So who wants Fluttershy?
I guess I could take her.
Okay. All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Discord
Yep.
starts. She's trying to drive us apart.
Discord, please calm down.
Well, I don't want to.
I will start only one more time. Calm the fuck down.
Never!
Fluttershy. Relax. Let me handle this.
My hands, they don't match.
What have you done?
I just gave him one of my cookies. Wanna try?
Cookies, right. A few minutes later.
I can fly.
I am one with the universe.
I'm on a tree.
Luna, your face is so nightly.
The smooth, I like him. Woohoo!
Smooth.
Woohoo! Let's rock!
I can see real people.
Try it, girls!
No!
Always works.
Tree Huggy, what did you put in them cookies?
Magic, of course. What did you think?
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
420 Huggets.
Good Lord.
Nice one.
Yeah, I like the smooths in this so much. Them colors, dude. Them colors.
About the only way that would have made that better is if that actually happened in the real episode during Tree Hugger's little Sonic Bliss scene.
Yep.
Alright. Let's move on. Let's see here. Which one do we want to go with? Okay, let's go with this one. This is another one from our good friend Quizia. I wanted to put this one in for the uber cuteness. Cheer girls.
Their uber cuteness is ready.
Hit me now, doctor. Yeah, not hard to see why.
Yep.
It was particularly Pinky that was the home run hitter for this, for me. The chat's still reeling from the previous comic.
Yep.
Anyway, the point is I still do want to say a lot about this one. Again, I showed her last piece on here, and I was so happy I did. And then this one popped up, and I'm like, I've so got to put this one in. It's just way too cute.
In a good way too, not in the overdone kind of way or annoying kind of way or you know overly kind of way.
That pose with Pinky is still just utter adorable.
That reminds me of the cheerleaders back in my old high school. Flashy, colorful, cute, and flat as a board.
Oof. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
let's just move on. Let's go with. You know what? Let's go for this one. This is January 3rd's You're the Most Basic of Jokes. All we have in this one is Discord and Mod. Who wants who?
Give me 1 second here. I really don't care either way who has who. There's only just, 2 lines? If that.
I'm going to take Mod. I don't think I've
Alright.
played her in a while, and I really want to.
Alright. I'll take Discord then.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Alright. It's the most basic of jokes!
You're the most basic of jokes.
Fatality.
Fatality.
I'm just getting more of the CSI. Yeah! Of course, I can't pull it off, but
You're welcome.
Deal with it.
I wanted this one in just for the simplicity of the comic. I love it. I absolutely just love how it's kind of one of those, why did this happen in the show itself? You're the most
Well, it
basic of
happens because
jokes.
Mod.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay, moving on then. I know what you were going to say. Anyway. Last on our list here before we get to talks. This one is a cosplay actually by someone named Aster Hime. I hope I pronounced that correctly, or Aster Hime. Maud and Pinky. Pinkie Pie, I'm sorry. You probably saw her in a EQD post. Aster. She was in a headline or a front page picture, whatever, on the front page picture of their recent cosplay picture or post. But I chose this one because I liked the. First of all, I like this scene in the actual episode. Second, I like it because I like the two cosplayers, Aster Hime and the other cosplayer, Luna Dial cosplay, I presume. I like their interaction here. And I thought, you know what? Why not?
It's kind of simple. I mean, it seems more of a wig than anything else. But I do like how. Well, I don't know about my. I mean, the dress there is probably could be ended in on that. But that's actually very well, nicely done. And I kind of like how you could just see like the sort of sisterly love between them almost. Yeah. And just
I
it
would
is
say
really
that
cute.
say that Pinky looks like Pinky, and that's the point of the cosplay to invoke the character. It's not necessarily to
I
this
must
is
be losing my
parodies.
hearing. I thought you said
They
that
aren't
Pinky looked.
exactly.
Oh, peachy. Here we go.
Cold herb.
Yeah, but it looks like the other stream is still up. Getting it back going. All right, are we back? Looks to be.
Yep.
Okay. You have to remember that some cosplays. Mr. Ben, are you there? Nope, he's not there here yet. We'll wait for him to get back in.
Get back here.
Get over here. Good water. Yellow.
There we go.
Anyway, well, as I was going to say, you have to understand that some characters, if they're going to be cosplayed, there isn't a lot to them. Maud would be one of them.
And yes, that's what I was going to say because before we got blown up in the call.
Blown up is an accurate line here.
Because I would draw your attention to the makeup here because they evidently put work into trying to emulate the eyes of the characters, and for Maud at least they did perfectly, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially the wig, the simple Maud dress, and the eyes are all you need to cosplay as her.
Which goes back to what Too Rad Cosplay said back in her interview. It's not just enough to look like the character. It takes one has to basically become the character. You can tell
Exactly.
who's doing a good job at it and who's doing a poor job at it. So that's why I have to give serious props to Aster Hime here.
Yep.
My word, those eyes on the Pinkie Pie cosplay are beautiful. Luna Dial cos. Yeah, Luna, if you're hearing this, you've got some of the prettiest blue eyes I've ever seen. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
All right. It's tax time. Let me get him in here and we'll carry on. And so I cry sometimes when I'm
Oh,
man. Sorry.
Oh man, that was yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit early today, but still close
Yes.
enough.
Okay.
Are you ready, Tux?
Yes.
Let's go with 2 claws this time.
Okay.
Here it is for everyone.
Me. All right. All right. This picture. Okay, this thing was a freaking pain in the ass to work on.
Go on.
We'll put it this way. That's the first time I ever made Gilda. And I'm amazed at how crisp and clean she came out. I'm very, very happy with this one because the thing is, this picture I've had. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. It was more of a. I'm trying to think how to word this. It's basically I had no idea what I was doing on this thing when I was first starting out because with Gilda, she's so different from an actual pony character. And when I was thinking about this, this thing came out of the blue. I didn't actually even plan to do this picture. It was just we started watching Black Lagoon again on my stream, and all of a sudden I got the idea like I had this really weird urge right now. I gotta like do something. I didn't have any DBZ pony to work on at the time, so I decided to sketch up a Gilda picture because I wanted to try. It's like one of those things where if you're in a really big motivational mood, you really want to do a picture. So this is the one of these times where we were still in the anime, and I wanted to finish this thing before we were finished with the 24 episodes of the anime again. So what I did is I sketched this thing up in about a little over 2 days because I took a break because I was finishing up a comic.
Mhm.
But the funny thing about this whole picture is I've never drawn. First of all, I never drawn pistols. I never drawn Gilda before, and I never actually drawn anything that would be either. I don't even call this semi-anthro. It's more just like I guess you could call it semi-anthro, but it's like this thing was so annoying to work on because the actual pistols themselves, I actually had to draw them completely separate off the main sketch because it was getting way too crowded. And the funny thing about there's a very very faint on the you won't be able to see it unless you really were to zoom in on it.
Mhm.
If when I hand these out in print form and on DeviantArt you can easily see it, but on the actual handles of the pistol itself, on the one that she's holding in her right hand, I figured I didn't want to do any skull and crossbones thing like Revy's ones have, so I decided to do the actual flag from the Equestria Games of the Griffin Kingdom.
Nice.
That's what is actually on that handlebar, and I forget actually what I put. I actually forget what I put as the engravings on the main one on her right hand too. I really. It's almost like if I can zoom in, I'm like looking at it very closely. It's almost like it says, "Oh, it says flip flop." That's what it says. So the one of them it says flip flop, and I don't even remember what I put the other one on because it's way too tiny.
Yep.
And then there's like a little engraving in the very faint. You won't be able to see. It's almost impossible to see, but it's just one of those stylistic ones. But this one, I'm not gonna lie, this is very tricky because the actual to get the uniform that's on her, that the chest fluff area, it's more like I didn't obviously I just went with straight normal Gilda and just put the fluff around the chest area. So that's what I did with that one. And then I never drawn the boat. The boat thing was new. That I never did before. That I haven't drawn anything mechanical like that or any type of whatever object. So this thing I did in about a matter of I'm gonna say 5 days, 6 days. I'm gonna say 6 days to be conservative because I think I had to go back and tweak up one or two things on this thing. But this is I was very pleased at how this came out for the very first time I drawn Gilda.
Mhm. I think you did a
And
good job.
yeah, this is I'll say this is definitely one of my more impressive. You know, how do I put this? Everything that's in this picture I never did before. This is like one of the first times I've actually done something which is like everything's completely brand new and I had to like do everything from scratch. And let me tell you this: that trying to make the boat was a big pain in the ass because I actually had to redo it twice. But it looks a lot better because the reason why I had to redo the boat is the the line art that's actually on it, that very faint black line art that's on it, that thing was never in it originally, and I screwed up massively because I forgot to put that in. So I actually had to go and redo almost everything and go over everything that I did before, and it was a lot of work. I spent an entire afternoon trying to do that again before my stream.
Dang.
But yeah, this is good. Even Gilda's voice actor actually said this is freaking badass. I'm like, well, that was like for me. I didn't really care if she said anything or not. It's more just like that was kind of cool. But yeah, this is an awesome picture. I'm very happy by this one.
Shall we move on to Smooth Move then?
Smooth move, yes.
All right, let me grab it. One, two. All right, we just have Derpy and the Smooth.
Oh,
Who
yes.
on two?
I'm going to get Derpy because Derpy's my favorite character.
I'll sit this one out.
Oh. Alright, let's see. So,
I guess I'll take the Smooth.
okay, cool. Alright, so I'll start off. And
Doipy
because at the time.
Stotts.
Huh?
Doipy Stotts.
Yes. Okay, so I'll start off. And so you see, AJ. Let's go down. That is why muffins would always be better than apples. Grab the bowl, there's smooth goo, and then nom 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 Derpy.
Excuse me? Can I help you, miss? Hey, we were not given any lines or voice of the Smooth, so I was free to make up however I wanted. And this is what I heard, people.
It
Well,
fits.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait, what?
I regret
Well,
nothing
so-
on this one.
Yeah, this one was so basically here's what I have to do. So here's where this one came out. I kind of knew a while back from when before season 5 began, they were basically introducing the Smooths, and they actually said on the timestamp of the video itself what episode he was going to be in. It said 507. And then you could see the ones for like the episode 100s one was there and a couple other ones. It's just the storyboard animations were there. So what happened is that I decided to go ahead about about 2.5 weeks ahead of the actual episode and make this comic up. Now, this thing used to be a lot shorter than when I made it, but the problem is like I've never drawn the Gala before. I never drawn anything remotely close to the Gala areas before. So the thing is so I had to draw a whole new Smooth character. But speaking of the Smooth, I didn't really realize they were going to change his colorations that much. So what I literally had to do was the night before the actual episode aired, I had to go back and completely redo his colorations. It took about maybe a half an hour for me to do it all, but it was so annoying because I had to go back and I had to go back and open up this comic file, and this file, as the Photoshop file, this is really big. It actually taxes my computer unless I put everything into basic mode. But I actually don't know why I decided to go with this comic. I knew I was gonna have Derpy in this thing, but I don't really have an idea because remember you made a comment about this, about what is his, smooth ooze, whatever the heck you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But a lot of people were actually disgusted by this comic. It's more so they were kind of grossed out. I'm like, well, I didn't know what he was legitimately going to be. I just went with what I thought it was going to be.
For all we know, it's Jello.
For all we know, he could be Jello. I mean, because the thing is, like, they never introduced it what it is in the show, and then it's just ooze, and ooze could be any type of variation. And what the heck was that? No. So basically, this is actually. I'm trying to think here. Actually, I'm looking at my gallery right now. I think this is. I'm trying to see. This is 1, 2. This is the third Derpy comic made for this season. The 7 so far. I'm actually surprised. I'm not making as many Derpy comics usually, but that's what usually happens during the seasons anyway. I not really run dry on Derpy comics, and more just like becomes very selective.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, why is my phone yaying so much? Oh, that's why. It's a bunch of
text
Twitter
messages.
thing. It's a bunch of Twitter messages that my phone gets on alerts whenever there's like a favorited thing and just 3 people are favoriting something that was posted 3 hours ago. So the thing is, this comic was very fun to work on because I actually got to put AJ in the comic for once. I haven't put her in a comic in almost 3 months. But no, that's about it as far as I can think of on this comic. It's just this one was definitely one of the hardest comics to work on this season.
Okay.
Just if you even just scroll through the actual comic itself, every single one of those panels, every single one of them is a completely different background.
Wow.
And that was 7 panels. So it's 7 panels of, once again, just like the Revi Gilda thing, of a background I've never done before. And this thing was this came out really, really polished. I'm very happy by this one. But yeah, I mean, there you go. I don't really have much to say about this comic as much as I did for the Revi Gilda one.
That's okay. So, are you going to get onto a Where Celestia pick anytime
Oh,
soon?
yeah. How about that? I don't know. Who knows? I could if I really wanted to. I could, but no, I'm not gonna pass on that because I don't think I want to strangle anybody. But overall, though, yeah, that's kind of the gist. And now we are on a 3-week break.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to this is where I'm trying to crank up and trying to get ahead for the other
100th
episodes.
episode.
Well, I'm trying to get ahead on episode 10 and episode 11 right now, because we already got the synopsis out for those things. So
Yep.
I got to get ahead of them before I go to Minneapolis.
Yep.
So there you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, did anybody find the muffins on this thing?
I did.
All right, good. Because a lot of people were saying like my muffins are getting a lot easier to find because it's in panel 1 on the very right hand side, or hiding right behind the glass and on by the table, the base of the table. But the thing is, a lot of people were starting to complain like, "Oh, Tox, your muffins are getting too easy to find." I'm like, well, I don't have many hiding spots to put it in this comic and the recent ones, because when you have an indoor comic, I don't have a lot of hiding spots. But an outdoor comic, I can have a lot of hiding spots. That's where I can really hide that thing. A lot of people are getting pissed. Like, yeah, it's too hard to find. Yeah. God, what the heck is wrong with this?
Why don't we end the call here, man?
Yeah, I know. It's like, she's stupid phone. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Oh, and here's the thing. I'm gonna be at Everfree Northwest next week. So I think you guys just try me on around. Let's see. Actually, it's gonna be 5 o'clock Eastern, so 2 o'clock Western. You know, give me a shot. I have my phone on.
Maybe.
If you
Because
or maybe you guys aren't going to be on next week.
kind of.
Oh.
It's an interview. I won't say who, but we're doing an interview next week.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, that's good. Okay, so then you can hold it off for the following week. That's good because I'll be off the following weekend also. Then.
All right.
That means we'll have I'm going to have a lot of stuff by the time that comes out. I'm a little bit waiting to release DBZ Pony Pictures, so we may have 3 things. I don't know.
We'll see when we get there.
We'll see what we get there. All right. So if not next week, I will be on in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
All right. Yep. Later, guys.
Later, Tox.
Yes.
All right. This one I wanted to save for the end. This one came to me about middle of the week. And I kept this a secret from... I wanted to save this one more for the end.
I have to admit, this was actually a very nice surprise when I saw this in my inbox.
Yep.
Very nice surprise.
I thought I'd show it since it's us.
Right now.
Sphere A contacted me about a week or so ago, maybe a little more, a little less, and asked, "Hey, can I make a image of you as thanks for showing my work?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. But if you want to include my cohorts here, here their pony saunas, go nuts." And here's the end result. What I'm most curious about, though, is how did he figure out my secret of being part Yoshi?
I just find it funny that here it is, Starbright looks like he's about to eat everything on the table. Digits is already in the middle of doing so, and I'm just trying to save everything. And
For yourself.
In the words of
No,
Drew
no, no.
Carey, I had no idea.
I do have to admit, though, that is all just ridiculously cute, though. The chibi styles was just something I wasn't expecting. And like I mentioned in the comics, I could just pick all 3 of them up and just hug and snuggle them forever.
I'm glad he chose that style. I've made mention before how much I like it. So the fact that he chose it for us, let alone me, was just icing on the cake.
Yep.
I do have to question though, why does Starbright have the comics and stuff shoved in his ear of all places?
He doesn't eat.
Stashes.
He doesn't eat. He absorbs.
That too.
I suppose I'll accept that.
Also, I follow the rule of don't put it in your mouth.
Hey, that good point. I'll take that. I'll accept
What
that.
did he say?
Tim was saying I follow the rule of don't put it in your mouth.
All right, why don't we move on? Now we just have that vidya. I'm going to bring it up, and in the same time, I'm going to put this call on hold. So hold on, guys. We will be back. For their viewing pleasure. This one came to me before I begin. This one came to me late enough this week. Mr. D Loops, Do Your Thing, a PMV. Mr. D Loops, do your thing. And yellow.
Okay, that was amazing.
You wonder why I wanted it in.
Say that's going on the favorites list.
Pinkie Pie.
All right, why don't we move on then? That's it. So it's second hour time. Comic ready, guys?
Yep.
Yep. So who's gonna be who?
You said Big Mac, Tim, and the rest of the characters are just incidentals.
Well, unless you'd like Big Mac, I'll take him.
Tell you what, I'll leave it up to you, Tim. Your call.
I can try it.
Okay.
I
like
hope
I
I'll
said-
do well enough.
Ben and I will take the incidentals. We'll just kind of trade off, kind of play that one by ear since they come and go quite literally and sometimes metaphorically more than anything.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Just tell me when to start.
Yep. And just kind of going through the credits and opening pages here. Written by Katie Cook, arts by Andy Price, and the color is Heather Breckel.
I loved Luna's shirt there.
Yeah. We open in the Apple household with Big Mac and Granny Smith.
Bzzz.
Big Mac is also the narrator, so all narrations go through Big Mac.
And all Big Macs go through narration. Okay.
As well as about half the mares and pony. I'm sorry. No, that's been done to death. I'm sorry.
Tim?
I'm not.
I'm just ready, everyone.
All right.
It all started off like any other day. Quite nice.
Big Macintosh, there's a squeaky board out on the gazebo. Would you mind taking a look at it later?
Nope.
I remember back in my day, we didn't have a squeaky board out in our built-out buildings. Things were built better because everything was new on the account. You had to build it with all of our own four hooves.
Silence. Sometimes it's best to make haste to retreat before she gets going.
Man, we didn't have fancy things like hammers. We had to pound in nails with our teeth, uphill both ways in the snow, 15 miles.
Ha ha ha, Binford. If you get that reference, you're old. Zen and the art of gazebo repair.
Bzzz.
Hello?
I'm here.
It might not be for our stream. Give it a minute.
We're forgetting Granny Smith.
I didn't hear that you went through your narration. Huh?
Yeah, we all got cut off yet
It's
again.
skipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and I couldn't have asked for a better day to be outside doing some bees work around the farm.
There's snow.
Okay, just a few nails, now I'm done. What the? I just bought a new box. Oof.
Hmm.
Notes the nail brand.
Yeah, I love that for want of brand nails.
Flutter, flutter.
Orf.
Le Earth? No. No. Nope, 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 nope.
Nope.avi.
Nope.
Indeed.
Also, that Metal Gear exclamation point above the spider.
I think the show staff like that game. Call it a hunch, but I think they do.
All right, Hunch. No nails anywhere inside. I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store.
And cue the Weird Al.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
I can't believe I forgot that the summer wrap-up festival and hoedown is today. What a mess. I'll never get anything. Never get across down in this.
Can I just say that we have a pony in the crowd that has a cutie mark of the Green Lantern Corps?
Yep,
Yep.
they're everywhere.
Yes, always watching.
Bump, bump, bump. Big Mac! You have got to see our entry in the Fair's Craft Show.
It's taken us over a week!
Yeah, and most of it was just getting it here. Here it is.
Isn't it amazing? Oh, that's right. You're taking Sweetie Belle too. Never mind. Isn't it awesome?
Nope. Yep.
And this isn't even the best part.
After the hoedown tonight, we're gonna light this baby and send it ripping into the sky. We'll get our cutie marks and fireworks and pyrotechnics.
Now? Well, okay.
I love how Sweetie Belle just lights the match by scritching it off of her chin.
Yeah, matches don't do that anymore, or at least most of them don't. I think you can still find some that do that.
The chain of justice.
Wouldn't that belong to I hope I'm Bruce Campbell, right? That's his name,
Perhaps.
or maybe Jay Leno. He does play the Crimson Chin.
Yep.
All right. Whew. What are you doing? Not yet. What? Skirtler said the code word. Pirates.
Sweetie Belle, I can't even.
Quick, throw the lever. Get it out of here. Oh, shucks. I wonder where it's going to land.
That's the future's problem. Right now, we need to go find more fireworks for tonight.
La-boom.
I'm sure it's fine.
Are you sure? It sounded kind of destruction-y. Bye, Big Mac.
So there was the Sunstone.
I love my sister and her friends, but those sometimes they're just
Did we
Tim?
did we lose connection again? Okay, never
I
mind.
suppose.
Did you say tiring? I don't think
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Tiring.
No, Pound Cake. We don't fly where Mommy can't reach you.
No, pumpkin cake. We don't use magic to swipe all the frosting off the cake.
Wah, wah.
Big Mac, thank goodness you're dependable, you're hardworking. You can help us.
What?
Thank goodness, Big Mac. Would you care to deliver that cake or watch the Phillies? We could use this helping hoof so much. The baby's wonderful. We'll pick them up for you in a few minutes. Oh, and it smells like Pound Cake needs a diaper change. There are diapers in the bag.
We'll be back soon.
Cake. The cake. I want to deliver the cake. Bring back the cake. Well, they are pretty cute. Maybe this won't be so. Get them out.
I just
Maybe
had
not
to point.
always.
I just had to point out. I just love Mr. Cake just channeling the Braveheart scene, just going freedom.
Freedom!
Yep. It's only been 5 minutes.
This watch is me.
Do I know you?
Bonk, 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 bonk. I'm gonna headbutt you.
Also, that Doctor Who reference, that specific one.
Yep. Salvation! My cabbages.
Ah. I hope you're all ready for the great and powerful Trixie and the traveling puppet show. And with that, the great and powerful Trixie saves the day again.
I remember that day very differently.
Big Mac, there you are.
I see they were in no trouble at all. Look at them.
We'll take over from here. Thanks so much for the help.
The great and powerful Trixie needs a volunteer from the audience.
Okay. Back to the task 10. Nails. I'm here for nails. Where in the Sam Hill am I?
And then these giant bees showed up.
Can't even tell where in the town I am.
Also, hi Andy Price's character and his wife. Again.
No, not the bees! Not the bees! They're in my eyes! Ah!
That's all that. If they're gonna start mentioning bees, they gotta have Nick Cage in person or in a pony running through here somewhere. Oh no!
Okay, the new code phrase is 30 bucks.
Because that doesn't sound like some other thing we say all the time. This is going to scratch my gold leaf.
Grumble. I can't believe someone ran off with our cart. Don't they know that some of us can't use magic to carry these things around? I can't believe it. We're gonna be late for our gig.
So you're allowed to complain, and I'm not?
Fine. Tell me more about your gold leaf.
Musicians.
Trust me, that's actually accurate.
Nope.
I like it how if you go back, it said Mr. Price was drawing caricatures. So this is a caricature in this world.
Yep.
What a world. On that note, why am I getting SpongeBob vibes out of that picture? Which, yeah, I could trace back further to Ren and Stimpy, but let's just stop at SpongeBob for now.
Le nail.
And then comes this part. Now, before I go on, hold on, guys. What happens is look, I'm going to be referring back to this page. So, I think for the sake of, are either of you guys watching it on like a digital distribution, or are you using a book?
I got a
I'm reading
PDF
from
format
Excelsior.
here myself, so
Okay. I just ask for narration's sake. We're probably going to be off sync somewhere. But, as usual, Tim, who's playing Big Mac, go ahead and take care of it.
Trot. Caber toss. Caber tossed. Trot. Oh. Has splinter removed. Trot. Win 5 base at horseshoes. Trot. Bang. Break the bell. Pay 10 bits. Trot. Nom. It's 5 sandwiches, 6 bags of chips, and 3 apples. How's that for a math problem? Trot. Accidentally enter time warp, save Baldyville from mutant apes, and return 5 minutes earlier.
Okay, now why couldn't we have had a comic on that?
I know, right?
Trot, 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 trot. Chase butterfly. Trot, 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 trot. It's 4 funnel cakes. I swear it was 4.
Big Macintosh stole 40 funnel cakes. That's as many as
That's
4
terrible.
tens.
Trot, 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 nap. Nap under a tree.
In a carnival.
Yep, that's Big Mac. Trot, trot, trot. Trampling, 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 trampling. Feel like Pinkie Pie. Trot, trot, trot. Drink 8 cups of cider. Trot,
Wake
trot,
up with a
trot.
$40 bill or $400 fine and a $40 worth hangover.
Trot, trot, trot. Unusually large prop exhibit. Dude. Trot, 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 trot. Nope, 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 nope. Out of nails. Sorry.
Several hours later.
Sweetie Belle, why'd you do that?
You said $30.
No, I didn't.
No more distractions. I am getting those nails.
That's a serious face.
They crash.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to go back a panel just to show what the hay we're referring to. Okay, carry on.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was just knocked out by the sky by a flaming ball of fireworks.
Le Fabulous.
And of course, cue the whatchamacallit, that stereotypical love scene that you hear on just about everything.
Oh. That one?
Actually, no, it was more like the.
Oh, that one. Yes, that was just as bad.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The YTPers always use the song I used to the point of almost absurdity. So that's why I went with that one first. Anyway, before I go on, yes, for those of you wondering where the Fleetfoot Big Mac ship came from, here it is.
Hi.
Yes. Yep. This is how Fleetwood Mac started.
Can you read my mind?
I love how they just do the the dashing swashbuckler there look for him.
Uh-huh.
Fleetwood retires.
Jeez, we're going to get cut out again.
Best flyer ever. I'm sorry.
And she's throwing comics away.
Yeah, I like that. She's throwing the comics away. You know, what do you say to that? That's like saying...
I find
Anyway,
it more
let's-
amusing.
Let's carry on. Go on.
I find it far amusing that like all over half the main cast there is just going sobbing over the fact that apparently they're not getting to marry Big Mac, and she is.
It's a very Big Mac.
World's best sister-in-law trophy for Applejack. Huh.
Yep.
Well, all I could say to that, your point there, Mr. Ben,
Yeah.
when in this universe you get all the mayors and you finally pick one, what do you expect?
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
Celestia's crying too.
What?
I know.
You don't ship those two together?
Doesn't everyone?
Anyway, this is only one of the ships that we see in here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back in Ponyville.
Back in reality.
Huh?
Also, can I just say prenuptial arrangements and the ball and chain there in the corner?
Yep. And gets punctured by nails, 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 nails.
Yeah.
Nail.
I
Clean
think she-
my jowls.
I think she has a concussion. We should get her off the street. Are you with her?
Nope.
Mrs. Apple Mark. Something. Something.
Let's get you to the first aid tent, dearie. Stop!
All the bridesmaids will wear salmon.
Back to the nail hunt. Okay, if I'm here, then the hardware stories. This would be easier if there weren't so many ponies around. Nail, nail, nail. No chair.
No, Big Macintosh, don't do it. They're far out of your age range.
Stop right there. I know exactly why you're here.
Yeah, like it's so obvious.
You should totally run with that.
You're here for advice on how not to look like such a dork, right?
It's the yoke. You really need to lose it when you aren't working on the farm.
Dots.
Even when you are working, do you really need it? It makes your shoulders look too big. It's bulky. Is it even comfortable?
Why is it called yoke? It's not like it's an egg or anything.
Also, that tree in the background.
Yep.
As if this couldn't get any more blocky.
Charlie Brown lost another one.
That was my point.
I know. Pointing out the obvious as usual. Okay.
Also, I guess it's kind of like jewelry. If you're going to wear jewelry, why not wear diamonds?
Yeah, someone with some flash. The utilitarian look is out, man.
You really should be taking notes. We are like giving you the advice on how to be a better pony. It's important stuff.
I'll take him. I got lots of paper. We could give him an itemized list.
Let's start with the color red. It's too bold. Let's dye him a nice subtle poppy red. Just a few shades lighter.
How about a vermilion? Should I go get my color wheel?
Big Mac
Snake.
with Big Mac in a vermilion coat. I'd actually like to see
Yeah.
that.
Snake.
You've so got him, Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
You! Are you ready to perform?
Not what
Nope.
I was going for, but I'll take it.
Nope.
Yeah!
Nope.
Yeah!
Nope.
Yeah!
Nope. Well,
Okay, you have a nice day.
Yep.
Okay, one more time. The new code phrase is Pity Mel's.
And now I'm in charge of the lever. Oh, come on! It was only twice.
Note the plasmids and figures.
I was just going to say that.
And how far she is from the hardware store. Dot.
All I can say to that is, boy, I did not know this. The staff also liked Bioshock. Not
Well, the
complaining, but
Lutesses did appear in season 3,
4.
4. Time
know.
travel.
Time travel. And then we were stuck in the biggest beehive. It made a mess of my hair.
Hardware store.
Everybody partner up. It's time for the Summer Rebel Festival games.
Citizens, behold, thy princess is here to recover from troubling times by participating in merriment. Thy princess lacks partner. Who shall step forth and assist?
Baby,
Blame
you
my
get
sister.
on my car. Yes, I'm gonna put you star, baby. You get on my car. I'm sorry.
I'm more curious how an MP3 player is attached to her. I can understand it in the EQG universe, but here? Why do I get the feeling they're trading?
Probably.
You there! You have mask the appearance of being physically fit and increasing my chances of winning, come forth, if you don't mind, please. We shall win. Our enemies shall be strewn at our feet from fatigue.
Yep.
I know that this is not an uncommon thing for artists to have replacing messages or shifting messages on things like shirts and signs. Eat my dust. Needs more. Eat my shorts.
I also love the fact that Luna is actually stripping off of her royal garments, except for her crown.
I would have taken that off. I mean, that crown would only weigh it down. That's just me. Anyway, off with us! Such fun!
Yep. Also,
Yeah.
she has a Starfleet t-shirt.
What? Who? Huh? What?
Luna has a Starfleet t-shirt.
Yeah, the Starfleet
of a
logo on the
bitch.
logo.
No.
He does.
Also, cue the gotta go fast jokes.
Gertiger first. A
Sonic
Contest
Loon.
of strength. No mud shall dirty these royal hooves this day.
Yep.
That is so unfair.
Victory again. We shall dine on the feast. Finest victory dinner tonight.
Yep.
We have smitten thine enemies in this carnival of celebration. Look at all this revelry.
Oh, revelry?
Revelry.
Oh, revelry. Thank you.
And we sit atop it as victors.
Yep.
Synchronized water polo. How does that work?
Big Mac. That's how. Also,
Don't
Sugar
start-
Cube Skeleton.
Now,
Go.
sugar cube sculpting, I can understand. That one, I can, as strange as it is, I can buy that. If they can do butter, why can't they do ice or sugar cubes? But synchronized water polo. You do know how bloody
course.
water polo is. It's basically hockey in water.
Well,
I'm
now
kind of
it's
curious how
organized.
I'm actually kind of curious how they got a trophy in curling, because that's more of an ice sport, and it's clearly not icy at all.
Unicorns.
All right, let's move on. I'm making a mountain out of a molehill here. Anyway. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. Nom nom.
Cherry.
Eat up, mine companion. We have more tokens to win.
I hate cherry pie.
Stuff.
Low splat.
Battle hard fought. We shall regain our honor in the scavenger hunt. Take thee this part of the list. I shall take mine. We shall meet again within the hour to compare our findings.
Yep.
I like thee, citizen. Thou art very easy to converse with. Most pleasant.
Dream girl.
Most literal, too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where would one find a horseshoe amongst this lot?
You know, that raises a good point.
Yep. Maybe I can sneak off. Le trash.
It's Big Mac at the trash, I see. Thanks for not littering, I decree.
No!
Sorry that I gave you fright, but I sensed your trouble. Am I right?
Yep.
I sense you had a quest today. One that runs really away. One that really has run away. Maybe a search for something small, but can be used to make that which is tall.
Yep.
You'll have to excuse me and give me pause. I have to think of a rhyme for my next clause.
Buffering.
I like how they actually point this out, that this probably happens more often than we know.
Yep.
Fair not pony with mane of orange, for I have the situation in the... Oh, fuck.
Like pony of orange. Yep. I know what you're referring to, and that's exactly it. Fuck. Carry on.
You may soon find you found your way, but you will be met with some dismay. Your journey is not over yet. You'll find you've just begun to fret.
What? Quiet.
You mean
one,
like
please.
this? M3000.
Hardware, tools, lumber, and tchotchkes. Tchotchkes. What the hell is a tchotchke anyway?
I'm guessing like a random trinket.
Yeah, I could look that up real fast.
Anyways, Zakora has one line.
Your adventure continues later on. Did you think that you were done?
Yep.
Will Big Mac ever find his nails? Will Ponyville defeat our hero? Is this really going to be a two-part story? Of course, it's going to be a real nail-biter. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What?
Lame.
You're the most basic of jokes.
And afterwards, we just get a few things like a paper doll cutout, some more information on some upcoming IDW comics, and some other things. For now,
Never enough ponies.
but yeah. We move on to the next comic, Comic 10.
Okay, so a tchotchke is apparently a small bauble or miscellaneous item.
Told you a miscellaneous item.
I didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
We pick up pretty much right where we left off. The same people who did the last comic also did this comic, which, yes, that is... I say that as a good thing for, quite honestly, consistency, particularly in the art department. Art and color, I should say. For story's sake, yes, this helps too. But anyway.
Can I just point out the fact that, like, on the page where written by Katie Cook, art by Andy Price, and all that, can we just appreciate the fact that Big Mac is just like, what the hell have I gotten into on this?
Also, that's Katie Cook's OC, the green one with the head.
The bandana there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't help but find funny that the fact that there's one guy in the line of mares just doing all in the synchronized booty shaking.
I like those odds.
It doesn't.
All right.
Also, what was it you said on Friday, Mr. Ben, about it during Gurren Lagann that only the guy shook his booty in that little
Yes.
roll call in episode 4?
Yeah, there was 3 girls and 1 guy. Only the guy was the one doing the booty shaking. I was like, and this is what?
Yeah, it's like, what is wrong with you? Anyway, our sick perversions aside, let's carry on. We pick up right where we left off from the last comic. Zen and the Art of Gazebo Repair, Part 2.
If you only have a hammer, you start to see every problem as a nail. When we last left our hero, Big Mac was desperate search of that he needed most, the thing that his very life could depend on.
You know, Spike is only begging for that kind of a voice with that getup. He really is.
Well, that's the point.
I know.
Dots. Angelic, too.
Mr. Ben?
Oh, okay, fine. He's looking for nails to fix a gazebo. Are you happy now?
Meanwhile, Hayes. Well, I guess it's back into the fray.
Quite the
Love Hayes
day,
hoof.
don't you say?
Now you may pout now, but unfurrow that brow. A fun adventure awaits if you're up to tempt these fates.
Fun. Right. Yep.
You, big fella, you feeling lucky?
Nope.
Come on, why the long face, buddy? It's a festival. Live a little. Come on, I'll let you have 3 free throws. I'm not much for holding them myself.
Little what?
Oh, too bad. Try again.
Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom.
Nice try. One more.
Big Mac attacks rage.
Railgun.
Yeah. We have a winner.
And it's a pinky costume from the first arc.
Yep. They love sneaking previous material in. Oh, and hi Fleetfoot in the background there.
I love how the fact that just if you go back to the whatchamacallit, the word that panel where Big Macintosh is kicking the ball, you can actually see the word smash written right into the booth as it's getting splintered into pieces.
Oh, and yeah,
Yep.
you can even see Fleetfoot in the background there as well. I did not notice that before. I knew she was in the next panel, but before that,
So
anyway,
sweet. Can't carry around this. I can't carry this around all night. I have things to do. I'll just hand it off to some pony. Hand it off.
hand
Here.
hand. Here we go. Pack up, folks. We're done. Show ruined forever. Humans referenced. Get out of here.
Here.
Is that what you were anticipating, Tim?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad I aim to please.
Alright, back to business. I'll need to find lug nuts so I can get some nails, go home, and fix the gazebo.
Red pow.
Strike.
Sorry, Big Mac. We're trying to move our fireworks launcher to get a better spot so we can set them off right above the hoedown tonight. That and we kind of burnt down the craft tent.
It was Cerebell's fault.
Yeah, it was.
I'm telling you, a pair of scissors is a perfectly reasonable cutie mark for a pony.
Try telling Babs Seed that. But what does that mean your special talent is? Paper snowflakes? That's a terrible snail. I'm sorry, folks. I know that's a terrible snail, so I'm sorry.
Snails, it means that I'm excellent at cutting all things. Observe this rope.
Oh, ow, that really hurts with their voice. Ow! Bite.
Lenom.
That's some nice cut and snips.
Done.
The official ticky 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 ticky. Okay, that's enough.
This seriously needs more silver monkeys and temple guards in that tiki hut.
Yeah.
They probably do.
Sign me up.
I wonder where that one is going to land. There must be some fireworks left in this town. Let's get looking.
Oh, wait,
What
bef-
are they about?
I actually have to ask this one real fast. Going back real fast, where Snips bites the thing and launches the fireworks. Never mind. I had a stupid question. I was like, how did the fireworks get lit? And I just realized, okay, they got launched and actually flung into the path of the torch. So okay, that answers that question. Never mind. Moving on.
Don't worry about them. Nails, gazebo, nails, gazebo.
And then there was a big spider.
Joy to you, friends. Come to the festival, are ya?
Can anyone explain this reference to me? I'm not sure I quite get it. The second one.
No, I don't either. I honestly can't pin that one. I want to say it's like some sort of Dracula thing, but I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Well, we can explain this reference.
Yeah.
That callback. Apparently, Derpy's moved into her new cocoon home.
You'd think she'd have her own somewhere.
You'd think, yeah.
Meanwhile, best mustache ever. Fleetfoot is watching you.
Dun-dun-dun.
Thank you.
What's
Now,
this?
I just got the Jaws theme playing in my head now. Dun dun
That's the point.
Mhm.
dun dun.
What's this? Oh no. The summer rap parade has started. I'll never get across this mess.
Summer wrap up, summer wrap up.
Yeah. Shh, 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 shh.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I can just sneak across. I'll be quick.
Needs more cardboard boxes.
Yes. Beep.
You've got to be kidding me.
Where have you been? We've got a show to do.
May as well look for Lagnat while I'm here.
Well, follow your lead. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to... Sorry. Wrong song.
Oh, are they seriously doing this?
Yes.
At the car wash, working at the car wash, yeah. I'm gonna have to pull that up on freaking YouTube and actually play that when I get a chance.
Le bump.
Big Macintosh's best dance coordinator.
He is.
Let's give it up for the Sapphire Shores crew. Woo! What was that dance called? It was hot.
I don't know.
Let's call it the Navigator.
I like it.
Oh, I think I spotted him. I got a sword and I saw him come this way.
Yo, the pose, the masculine grace. The masculine grace you had on the float. I must photograph you. You know that's illegal in 27 states.
Nope.
I must capture your essence on film.
Nope. What is it about today that is making everybody crazy?
And then the Sunstone was safe.
Like.
This part.
Hi, Big Mac. Care to take a look at my custom pony figures? I even made one of you. Spike's kissy booth and crafts. I love it. You don't like it, do you?
Oh, how do I not hurt his feelings?
Nobody wants my pony figures. Nobody. Don't even get me started on how the few takers I've had from my debonair smooching snap.
Well, now that's uncomfortable.
Run.
Take it.
Ching. Thank you. Here's your purchase. No refunds.
Great. Now I spent the bait I was going to use to buy nails, and I got to carry around this thing. Meanwhile,
Spike is just running a lucrative business there on the side.
No one said that you had to apply logos to the situation.
well, he has to pay for those comics somehow.
Exactly. Also, is that an Andy Price figurine in the very bottom there?
Probably.
At this point, I wouldn't put it past him.
I just realized something. He's using googly eyes on all of these little situations here.
Google Equestria. That's who runs that one thing. The Google Eye ponies.
I'm almost tempted to make one of Rain Shadows. Just anyway.
Anyway, here, Loki.
And Fleetfoot again.
Ring wedding.
Well, that goes rid of that. Can't believe I haven't found like that yet. It's like looking for Needle at the haystack. By that, I mean it's hard to find Great Uncle Needle at the Haystack Apple Festival. That place is a madhouse.
Stick around, everyone. We've got a musical number coming up about this great product.
Stay for the whole song, and you'll get 5 bottles for the price of 7.
Meanwhile, photos. She found the buyer.
I'll say.
It's ridiculous. Maybe I should just go home. The sun's going to set soon. Nails. Nope.
Big Mac!
You headed over to the hoedown? It's about to start.
You wouldn't want to miss our fireworks.
Saying them several times now. Yep.
Great! We're going to set it up.
Bye.
So the code phrase isn't Maple Broom anymore, right?
Yep. Everyone's headed over to the hoedown. Maybe I'll just check really quick to see if Lugnut's there. Lugnuts.
I still can't help but laugh at just Fleetfoot the Stalker, like right there in the background.
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Hmm.
I know you've probably read this, but yeah, for those of you who have it gets worse. You want to take DJ Pony?
All right, everyone, let's hop on to the question's newest dance craze. Do the navigator. Doot, 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 doot.
You know, that's all.
It would fit.
That's all I can see in this. Just do 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 as they do the navigator.
Yep. It fits the bait, so why not?
Yeah, that just it. Is it fits strangely well. Anyway,
Low face. Are you kidding me? Where are you? Oh, pardon.
clonk.
Sorry.
And again.
This pony is named Tea Leaf, by the way. We'll see her again in a future comic. You only live twice, or so it would seem. One life for yourself, and one life for your dreams. And it's basically a big spy James Bond-esque scene. It's awesome.
Received. Apple cider, shaken not stirred, charged to Her Majesty's Secret Service.
The bridesmaids will wear lavender.
That angry Fleetfoot. Cat fight. Cat fight.
They even have the word hiss in there.
5 more minutes.
Racist.
If I don't see him, I'm going home. Ah, there's Shirley. She's Lugnut's father, sister's cousin's former roommate. And you know what that makes her? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I know, right?
She might know. Hey! For love of
Hello?
things pony, where is he?
Hello, Big Mac. How are you?
Lugnuts.
Remember what I said about, we mentioned about the cat fight in the background?
I love that with the arched back and everything.
Uh-huh.
Brilliant.
Oh, I just saw him. He was heading back to the store to make some repairs.
The face hoof.
I'm sure he'd love it if you lent a helping hoof. Bye.
Words fail me. Yep. Don't they always? That's
I
it.
just love that facial expression right there. That would make like a great avatar for just, I'm so done with this shit.
I'm surprised it hasn't already.
Son, I am disappointed.
That's it. I'm just going home. Nails or no nails.
Big Mac, fancy seeing you out and about. You normally avoid this kind of shindig.
Yep.
I'm glad to see you're here. You have a fun night. Don't live it up too much. We got work tomorrow.
Yep.
Just for a minute, let's all do the bump.
What's a waste of a day?
Don't you just love those days?
Closing your day with the frown? Do you really have a reason to be so down?
Yep.
You may not have completed your quest, but maybe that is for the best. Think about the day you've had. Was it really all that bad?
Wait, was it all that bad? Yep. Well, maybe not.
You've had some time to dwell. Well,
Nope.
then forget about your plight. Enjoy yourself tonight. Tomorrow is another day. You can try again, okay?
Chop, chop, chop. And yes, Celestia is better.
Well, she's
I'll-
the closest thing to a god here, so yeah, what do you expect?
I'm kind of surprised even Celestia is even just doing the arm wrestling there.
Well, less much.
Come on and get your log. Only if it's a log drop.
It rolls downstairs, a loner in pairs, and over the neighbor's dog.
Actually, I was just going for the MXC reference myself.
Also more cats.
And here completes our love square. Or is it a rectangle at this point? Luna kisses Big Macintosh.
At this point, I'm surprised it's not a dodecahedron.
Yeah, no, give it time. Give it time. And
It's a doohickey.
and hey,
It's a
and the
doohickeyhedron.
Huh?
It's a doohickeyhedron.
doohickeyhedron. And hey, Mr. Ben, in the shipping world, it's something entirely beyond that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
Love Fluttershy's just posed there, like from the back, just looking up.
Mm-hmm.
Being a cat.
Meow. Carrying on.
Hey, well tonight, so tired.
Big Mac, there you are. I was looking for you. I needed some nails to do some repairs. All mine melted in the blast. So I went and borrowed some from the farm. Is that okay?
Farm had nails? What?
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ding! Yep. Your little sister had them all at her clubhouse. Between her stash and taking apart that thing, I'm good.
Apple Bloom is packing out every big stall tomorrow. Every one of them. Yep.
I noticed while I was there that you'll need some lumber. I'll drop it off tomorrow.
What? Lumber? What?
Hey, you got any fives? Are you kidding me?
Why do you think I said shh earlier?
I did not. Okay, I honestly was not expecting this. I'm going to be on. I haven't actually read this. I was going into this comic completely blind. Summer wrap up, summer wrap up. It's time for striking down the fair. Summer wrap up, summer ripe up. October's nip will soon be. Yeah, that doesn't really work for this tune. I wonder whatever happened to that other flaming ball of fireworks the Cutie Mark Crusaders set off.
Dots,
Because we
dots.
needed that set up with Lugnut already giving it to us.
Yeah.
Oh well. The end.
The end.
And we get a preview for the next comic set, 11 and 12. Some concept art,
Aw.
and the end of the comic. All right. Wrapping this up. What do you guys have to say about this comic?
This was one of the best I ever read.
Yep.
So, from what I understand, there was originally supposed to have been a cartoon in the actual Friendship is Magic that was really supposed to have been based around Big Macintosh, kind of like an episode like this. But the problem is that Big Macintosh, known for his silence, would have been mainly silent throughout the whole thing, and the executives decided that that wasn't going to work, and they axed it. So it never came to fruition. In a way,
Unfortunately.
this actually works better in a comic format because we get to hear his internal dialogue, which we normally wouldn't have otherwise been able to have access to.
Why not? I mean, we could have had that in this show.
We could have. I mean, Peter New would have been able to, if we maybe heard Peter New like record some lines, and we actually, hear them being voiced without actually seeing Big Mac speak. That would have been great. But that's just me, though. I mean, I would have liked to see more of an episode like that. Just focused more on Big Macintosh and just support like this in general.
Oh, and something I wanted to mention that we kinda sorta missed. That's the concept art you referred to. At least in the Comixology copy, it's not just concept art, not exactly concept art. It's actually Big Mac's scrapbook,
Oh,
and
right,
it's
yeah. Here, I'll go
and
back.
it has many little things that are kind of not exactly outtakes from the comic, but rather kind of additional scenes,
Hmm.
like the CMCs being winners of Most Destructive nomination, or the gazebo repairs together with the hardware probably and the CMCs, or Fleetwood Mac.
Winner of most
Yes, that's it.
destructive.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Rarity phase too.
Hmm.
Cakes in repose.
So I do have to admit, it's a lot of these are just really great. Um, we've had some of the best background stuff we've seen in this whole comic. I think out of all that we've read, the running gag of Fleetfoot just stalking Big Macintosh and finding a rival in Tea Leaf. Just I don't know. Like I said, the little stuff that really makes it for me in most of these comics. Give me a second here.
For me, this comic is, let this stand as evidence to the phrase, sometimes I'm not looking for a complicated story. Sometimes I just want a simple, enjoyable story.
And to be honest, it's really not that much about the story here as it is about the characters. And
Yes
the
and no.
characters kind of make the story.
Okay, I can see where you're going with that. Something I want to throw out there as well. In story telling, there's a saying: make your character want something, even if it's just a glass of water, aka a MacGuffin. In this case, the nails are the MacGuffin. It's what the character is chasing or wants. And I love these kind of stories. I've seen these stories all over the place. They're not as uncommon as you might think. Whereas in it follows this plot. Character wants something. Character usually something really stupid or stupidly simple, like a glass of water or a box of nails for some repair job.
Yeah.
They go through it, or they say, okay, so I'm going to go get that glass of water. I'm going to go get those nails. I'm going to go get the MacGuffin. They go and do that. And then all of a sudden, aliens invade. And so it's up to our hero here to stop the alien invasion. Well, she or he does stop the alien invasion. Oh, but then the sewer monsters are rising up and want revenge on the humans for banishing them to the sewers. So it's up to our hero to save them. Oh, but that's not all. He takes one more step after saving the world from the sewer monsters, and some lady's passed off her kid to our hero to take care of him. Yeah, these are the kinds of stories that this kind of stuff happens. I love these stories because I like to imagine that the writers just go absolutely nuts when it comes to these side stories, like the alien invasion. What do the aliens have to really do with anything? Were the aliens really even necessary? But that's kind of the fun of it is you're hooked throughout the whole thing asking, so when is our character going to actually get the MacGuffin? Is he or she even going to get the MacGuffin at the end? We don't know, but you have to stick around to find out. And in the meantime of having that hook there, all of this crazy shit happens, like the alien invasion, such that you're just going there, really, really, aliens invade.
And you totally ignore that in favor of whatever you're looking for. I love it.
Mm-hmm. This is why this
Well,
not only this story, this specific story, the Big Mac arc here, but stories like it are some of my favorites for that very reason. They bait you in with that simple, okay, is he going to get his box of nails? And all throughout it, we have all of this crazy stuff happening in between it.
You know, now that I think about it, this actually would really work as like a Mr. Bean episode.
Yes.
essentially, this was one.
This is just. But, oh, great. I hate it when my train of thought gets derailed.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have a trains.
Needs more Thomas.
Great. Now I just got myself thinking of that DMX to the tank. We don't give a what? We don't give a what shit. But yeah, I agree. Some of the best stories, like you said, are just the ones that start out with a simple premise, totally just derail that. And now that I think about it, what this reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as well.
Yep, that's another good way of looking at it, that story.
I could just imagine Big Macintosh as just so much of an Arthur Dent, just so focused on like the here and now and like the more pressing matter of getting through daily life than actually reacting to all the crazy stuff happening around him. And that's kind of funny because Big Macintosh in this story does react to all the stuff going on around him because he even mentions at one point, what the hell is going on with all these people? Why is everyone acting so cuckoo?
Well, he's participating in it, and he knows because of the carnival. Because it's the hoedown, but, well, the point is to get him into all the situations, after all. This is the humor, the funny, the meat of it.
Again, another statement in storytelling is make bad things happen to your character. Case in point, it doesn't necessarily have to mean some support character dies, but it can be just as, again, stupidly simple as this. He's looking for a MacGuffin and can't find it. Whether in this case, whether it be Lugnut specifically or the hardware store or the nails, but can't find them. So then, yeah, derail off all these things.
I also love the fact that he can't go like two steps without someone spotting him and like getting hearts all over their heads. There was like maybe one time. And he states, "Danger! Abort! Abort! Nope! 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 Not nope! Not AVI."
To that kissing booth scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
They see him rolling.
But really, the only thing, now personally, this is just my opinion, the only thing that would have made that even funnier is that out of all of the mares that was falling over him, it would have been funny if somewhere in the background we actually saw a stallion doing the same thing towards him. That's just me personally.
But then go ahead.
It reminds me of this one scene. I mean, I hate to break off the subject a bit. This reminds me of a scene that I did back in theater, where we had a scene where there's this one guy supposed to be acting like the ace guy that everyone loves, and he gets surrounded by like a gaggle of giggling girls. But in that huge group, there was about maybe 10 or 12 girls, but in that one group there was one guy, and I thought that was hysterical. Just one guy acting like the rest of the girls, and I don't know, but that just struck me as funny as all get out. But like I said, that's just me. Anyway, moving right along.
I want to put a few
Yeah,
things in perspective here. First of all, I didn't think of looking up the figures. I remember this fact that this comic is, to this day, back then, the best selling of the MLP comics, and I'm guessing that I am guessing that still remains true. If anything, I can report to you that this comic, the two Big Mac arc comics, are still some of the highest selling of the MLP G4 comics still to this day. And if you ask me, I think there's a very good reason for it. If not just what we've said so far about it, I think I would hope that our reading could show you why that's true.
Yeah, like Ben said, it's one of the most enjoyable comics, and for me, it's probably the most. Well, at the time when I read it, it was my favorite pony comics of ever, on par with Rarity's Micro, which we recently read. Soon enough, it became the next main arc that we'll see, but they are still kind of really, they are relatively tight. That they're kind of a trio of well, I would say yes, a trio of stories that are the ones that I enjoyed reading the most.
If you're looking to get someone into the MLP comics, or to say to them, hey, check this one out because it's actually a good one, this is a fantastic one to start at. Where it works in that respect is you don't need a truckload of background on this. Yeah, you're probably going to need to know who the main six are, but even that isn't emphasized heavily. And they do throw a lot of characters in here, even minor ones like Fleetfoot and a comic exclusive Tea Leaf, Granny Smith, etc., etc. However, they play such a minor role that, again, it's not so bad. So, for someone who's just getting into the comics, or even just into the franchise itself, this is a fantastic spot to start. They don't spend a lot of time on these side characters, and even though Big Mac himself is a side character in the show, he makes an excellent guide for what the typical story, or at least the typical good ones anyway, are like.
Yeah.
Again, like I've mentioned, I mean, this is just a good little slice of life thing that this is like a day in the eye of a character that you normally wouldn't see. And this is just one of those things that it'd be like, we need more of this. We need more characters that aren't the main cast coming forth and just giving a day in the life of theirs, how they go about doing something, and the difficulties involved therein.
We've discussed the issue behind that before, but yeah, I concur. It doesn't hurt from time to time. Overall, sorry, go ahead.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Overall, I have to echo what Tim said. I think very highly of this comic arc. I do think, and I hate to say it, in regards to the main series arcs of Unicorn Twilight, I definitely think the next one is better. Not by much, but we'll explore that one when we get there. However, if you have to let me rate this one, I would definitely rate it number 2. A very close number 2.
Possibly.
Depends on how you want to organize your list.
Yep.
Anyway, anything else, guys?
Nope.
No.
All right, then let's wrap
Only
this
noticing that the scrapbook, the corners on the scrapbook pictures are all colored after the Apple family members. Just a small little detail.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Apple Black. Apple Black. Yeah, new character, Apple Black.
Racist.
Totally. Yeah.
Captain Apple Blackbeard.
Apple Jack, Big Macintosh, and Apple Bloom. Yes.
Captain
Apple
Apple Blackbeard. Captain Apple Jack Sparrow. He'll Big Mac be.
Apple
As-
Blackjack. Yeah.
As voiced by Johnny Depp.
Yep.
All right, then let's wrap this up.
Summer wrap up, and cue the freaking gunfire.
As I said, let's wrap
That's
this up.
actually fits the tune. But yes,
Let's wrap this
let's
up.
wrap this up.
As I
without
said,
rapping
there's
jokes.
going to be an interview next week of who. Well, does the name Bunnymation mean anything to anyone?
I've watched
no.
them.
I've never heard of them.
It's actually just a single person. Well,
Still never heard of him or her.
her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Still
what.
never heard of her.
That's her username on DeviantArt. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to go search that. And I'm going to highly suggest you go search that. Bunnymation will be interviewed next week. Until then, on behalf of myself, Twilight is Magic,
Yeah, that's right.
and Mr. Ben,
Ah.
we'd like to thank you all for stopping on by. Until then,
Take care,
Farewell.
everyone.